What's good, everybody? This your boy Need for She coming back with another episode of I'm Just Reminiscing. And if you've seen my first episode, I'm going on the business trail. And today I have a special guest, somebody that was recommended to me. So I'm taking all recommendations. I really do enjoy that. I really do appreciate that. I have Miss April here, who is a graphic and web designer. Miss April, speak to the people for me, please.
Hey, how you guys doing?
For everybody that loves the graphic design or loves the media and stuff like that, this will be the perfect episode for you to listen to somebody that's currently doing it, but not also currently doing it, but also currently doing it for themselves. So you guys will be able to hear some of the things that she's went through and trying to figure out how is it to run your own business. So I hope everybody, take some pointers and everything like that. She has a lot to tell you guys, and I promise you it'll be good information. And like always, all of her information will be at the end of the video. So it's just good. April, thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh,
Thank
yeah,
you.
no problem. It's no problem. So the graphic and web design, starting that up, is that something that you wanted to do as a child, or that's just a love that you started to have for it once you got older?
Yeah, it's definitely a love that I decided, I guess, just came to me as I got older.
Mm-hmm.
I never fathomed me being in this profession or being in this line of work. I've always been ambiguous as far as the things that I think I can accomplish or what things I can do. Because typically, anything I put my mind to, I can do it. I've always been kind of good with my hands. I've always been a great visual learner. So if there's something I really want to do that I can't find nobody else to do, it just it happens. So I'm not sure if it paused for a moment because I had somebody call us.
For a second, but you good. You just keep rolling. It's all good.
Yeah, but yeah, it just kind of grew on me. I was playing around. My friends always used to come to me for like ideas when it comes to us going out and just outfits and stuff. And then a friend of mine hit me up and asked me to help her out with helping her build her business 4 years ago. Okay. And I created it and created her website and everything. She was like, April, you really should do this for real. And I was like, whatever. So, every now and then, somebody will say, hey, just they send me information, I'll do it. And this is why I was working at my corporate job. And then of course, fast forward back in November 2019, I was let go from my corporate job. And of course, at that moment, with me being a single mom, I panicked because I was like, I've been doing this job for 5 years. What can I do? What I'm supposed to be doing? And God said, do this. And what was funny is like, right before I was let go, a month prior, I had woke up in the middle of the night and designed my own logo. And I looked at, oh, this cute. And I went back to sleep.
He was like, if I want to put it on something, it will look good when I put it on something.
Right. Yeah. But it was bothering me so much. I had never had one of those moments with God, but it literally, I just woke up, designed it. I was like, okay, and went right back to sleep. Didn't think nothing else of it. Then fast forward, I was let go. That particular weekend, God said, do this. Yeah. And I created a small, priceless little small advertising as far as the business that I was getting ready to launch. I launched it and on November 11th, 2019, and it's been wonderful ever since.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it really is a God-led, a God thing. Like I said, I never imagined myself being in this line of work. And here I am.
You're still surviving and you still flourishing. So apparently that job did what it was supposed to do.
Yes.
To that point. It got you to the point. That's what it is.
Yeah, and it was like the connections, the networking, the experience. But God just has a way of just doing things and you don't know that he's doing it while you're looking at things at one level, one state of mind, but he's actually moving all these parts behind the scenes. And then when what we think is tragic to us is actually a birth.
Right.
So if, with me being a mom, I have to look at it, during labor. It's tough for moms, to be able to endure that pain.
Exactly.
So when I put in correlation with me being fired, me being mom, I need to make sure what's next for us, make sure we keep things up the float. And I was like, I'm taking you through this birthing process, and now you see your baby born, and she's 2 years old, and we're still thriving.
Right.
We're thriving greatly. So
yeah,
God is good. I'm always gonna say it.
right. All right, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Amen, amen. You know, hey, y'all know what the saying is. Hey, y'all know what it is. God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. Yes,
All the time, God is good.
yes, he is. Yes, he is. Say that to your neighbor next time you see him. But I enjoy a lot of that stuff. It's just great that being able to recognize somebody recognize that in you, and you was like, okay, if I wanted it as a side hustle, I know I believe I can do it. But blending the side hustle into a business, it's a lot more that goes into it. One, your customer service has to be great. A lot of people don't. I think they try to build a brand so much that other areas start to lower. And customer service is the biggest thing. That's going to keep the customers coming. So learning how to balance that out, because honestly, if you look at a side hustle, you can get away with a lot of things doing a side hustle. You can get away with a lot of things. How you talk to people, sometimes it may be late and you can get away with it and stuff like that. But if this is your actual source of income that you're using consistently, your mindset changes. There's no way you can keep it as a side hustle.
Absolutely. I definitely had to switch gears because I'm such a giving person, period. So I want to make sure I can help anybody that I come in contact with, and you know, and make sure that it's affordable, make sure that they they get a lot for little or nothing. But then to run a business, I can't have that mindset, especially when your clients start paying you more than for what you charge. They kind of let you know that you have good quality work, or good quality information that they need, and that this is what you need to start charging to run a business, because they're paying for your time, your expertise, your study, your
craft,
touch, something that they cannot accomplish on their own. And then when you think about it, as far as an investment for businesses and brands, you're helping them grow and thrive and make money too. Exactly. So you have to switch it, for like I said, like we have to switch our mindset. We have to understand what's a hustle and what's a business. Now, like you said, a hustle, I could do something for little to nothing. I'm always available 24/7 at any given moment, no boundaries. You know, rush this, rush that. That's all I do because I'm really trying to just get the money. Yeah, but I care. Quick. But when you have a business, you have morals, you have principles, you have policies and procedures in place. So there's a process when you run a business, and my process is that I'm going to take care of you. You're not going to get no quick fix. It's not a 7-Eleven. This is Macy's. This is Starbucks. This is Target. This is top tier.
You want to see the line wrapped around? This is where this is this place. This is Chick-fil-A. The line is wrapped around. This is what it is.
It's strategic. Yes. So I need you. So I try to, whenever I encounter anybody, I set the tone to let them know that we're running a business. There's no, hey, what's up? What can I do for you? Hello, thank you for reaching out to Hudson Avenue Designs. How may I assist you?
Yes. Just little wordings like that. Just little wordings like that switches the whole dynamic.
Everything. And I'm lucky because I watched my mom with the switch code, because every Black family got a switch code, especially with your mama. My mama Sears or Gold Mills back in the day, and she be talking, and then she'll put them on. Hold on just a second. Didn't I say?
So easily. My mom worked at Smith & Nephew, worked at Nike and everything. She used to correct us so much. Don't be using that slang like that. Don't be doing that. No, it was this, it is that. And we used to be like, oh my God, we just talk.
It take you farther. And my mama taught me how to conduct business at a very young age. Yes. And then of course, with my mentors that I have now, you are responsible for the energy that you bring to the room, whether you're present in the physical room or just on this call. You're responsible for how you set the tone and set the atmosphere. So I'm always mindful of that. And then the way I present myself, the way I talk, to make sure that you know you're getting a particular service. This
Right.
is not for games. It's not for kicks
Yeah.
and giggles.
This is like, oh, this is legit. This is my business, so I'm gonna run it as such.
As such, and so, and like I said, we missed. Some of us dropped the ball because, like you said, we have to understand the definitions between what's a hustle and what's a business.
Right.
And when you do approach those who are running hustles, you get that, and you try to get away with a whole lot. But when you run a business, it's not how it's run. So, yeah, we can go on and on about that. That's a whole nother segment within itself as far as Memphis. I think I saw someone recently posted how Memphis has birthed a whole lot of hustlers, and that's just the way it is. And I'm grateful I'm a hustler too, but I have to scale it back in a sense where it makes where it can be operated as a business. Right. I can have the hospitality, but at the same time, this is a business, and it must be treated as such in order to create those respectful, healthy boundaries for both the client and the owner.
Yeah, the hustling can get you to the business. The hustling gets you to the business, but you got to learn along the way. You got to have some people around you too that's like, all right, man, when we get here, we need to tweak this. We need to tweak that. We need to tweak this. We need to tweak that. Okay. Sometimes people wouldn't mind if you was an hour or 2 hour late or anything like that. Now, without giving them notice, you got to give them at least a day. Try to give them a day notice or something. Give them something.
Communication is key.
Yes, you got to let people know ahead of time, and not no short ahead of time, like an hour before. Hey man, this is going to be about 2 hours late. You can't do that, especially when people have paid you, and the fact that once you get into the business, you understand taking deposits and stuff like that instead of taking people's word. Now you was like, no, because your word can change at any moment. I need to feel prepared and feel kind of assured that you're going to follow through. So if you get a deposit and don't finish through, I understand that happens, but I still got something for my time.
And like I said, communication is key, and it's all about how you present yourself in your verbiage. Because I see a lot of businesses, they're a little abrasive or aggressive with their rules and policies and procedures. You don't come to my inbox if you can't pay da 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 da, or the way you kind of talk to them, baby. Yeah. It's a way to get what you need and exactly how you want it without threatening people about your policy and how you run your business. Yeah. But we definitely need a customer service class, or there may be something I could probably branch off, who knows, but I haven't always gotten it right, but I have had a great foundation laid where I know how to handle business and conduct myself in such manner, so that way both, like I said, the client and myself feel comfortable about what we're doing. And that's why I said with my business, I like to have consultations, because I can't accept any and everything. If I feel like the client is not going to understand my process, my thought, or appreciate my work,
I don't even want to be associated.
We're not going to work together.
Yeah.
And I will highly suggest you recommend you someone else. And that's fine. I can't take on every client. I don't want to take on every client. It's enough some for everybody to win and to shine on and to get money and to whatever, to flourish. So I'm not out to look for everybody. I'm just looking for those who are designed to have a special need met that I can qualify and execute for them. So
have you ever had a problem with being overbooked? Like, I know starting out, I know we talked about sometimes you was like, I just want to help everybody and anybody. Has that switched you now, looking at it 2 years ago when you started and looking at it now, you was like, okay, I can only take on this many at this time, and I know how to operate that.
That hustle mentality. My hustle mentality will make you take on everything, and all of a sudden you're burnt out. You have no energy to produce the right type of work, the right type of designs for your client. You're you're overcompensating at that point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so I definitely experienced that at the top of COVID because, like I said, everybody was launching something.
Mm.
Because they, like I said, you had to find some way to make some kind of means with the world shutting down. You need to find a way to pay your light bill, da 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 da. And they thinking
Mhm.
about, oh, I'm good at this. Let me make money off it. And it was great. A lot of businesses were birthed during COVID, and it was a wonderful, beautiful thing to do. With the line of work that me and some other designers were in, as far as people looking for logos, websites, flyers, business cards, all that good stuff. I, at the top of COVID, I took on way too much that I could handle,
Yeah.
to the point where I was neglecting not only my family but myself health
Mhm.
wise. And it set me back for a couple of months when I was going into septic shock and I didn't know it.
Oh
And my
wow.
mom, I'll never forget, it was Mother's Day, 2020, and my mom came in my house. And, it's May, it's spring, it's warm outside. I had the heat on.
Oh wow.
My mom was like, why do you have the heat on? I was like, Mom, I'm cold. She said, have you tested positive? I said, no, me and the kids haven't been anywhere. Literally, I didn't take them nowhere because I was afraid, whatever. So we
Oh
stayed
yeah.
in the locker.
Yeah.
I'm
But
like,
that's understood. Yeah, that's
right.
understood.
She was like, no, April, we need to get you checked out. And so, of course, going into the minor med, they automatically thought I was COVID. I said, I haven't been anywhere. They tested me for it. I was negative. And then they tested some other stuff. She's like, baby, you're going to septic shock. We need to go rush you to the ER now before your kidneys and stuff start shutting out. Because I guess I wasn't hydrated enough. I had
Yeah.
a UTI gone.
I'm stressing so much
Charles,
trying to get everything done.
get done, not ignoring all the signs that something was wrong. Because I had headaches, I had back pains, but me being a mom and me working, take up Advil and keep it moving.
I'm used to it. Hey, pop a pill, go on about the next day.
Right. But yeah, so yeah, that was one of the things I said I will, put myself in a position of getting again. Because like I said, it was exciting that everybody wanted a service, everybody was booking. But that's not how you need to run a business, because it's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for my family. And then it's definitely not healthy for the clients. I'm not producing my greatest work because I'm just doing something to be doing it. And that's not how I want my business to run. I want to make sure that you are making an investment.
You got the best experience and the best quality. And in order for me to do that, I could probably only take 4 this month. Okay, this month I will only take 4 people, but you 4 are going to get the best quality because I could spend a week on each one. Okay, during this week I got you, I'm gonna get it done. Next week I got you, I'm gonna get it done. This week, and it goes by order. Now, if you, like I said, if you want to get it done quick,
Get an order.
extra.
It's an expedited fee. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was like, okay, but you paid that fee, so I would let the other customers know, hey, they paid the express fee. It's gonna be a little bit longer for yours, but hey, but setting those boundaries early makes it easier for other customers to understand.
Yeah, setting those policy procedures, and like I said, I've learned that throughout my years with this business. Starting off, I was doing designs for little to nothing, and that was for the amount of work that I was putting out,
Yeah,
for the amount of money that I was getting in. And then I had to realize I was burning myself out, because when I think about it on an hourly scale, if I'm spending so much time on your brand and I'm only getting pennies on a dollar
exactly.
for my time, that's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for my business. I'm not going to be able to grow, expand. And so I had to reassess and just kind of do my study, get coaches to help me create a business formation. So that way I know how to apply how much I should charge for my time, my expertise, how much time do I need to actually get it done and execute it and move forward from there. So it's a lot of different facets to business formation that we don't discuss, launching businesses, but you learn throughout the way, and it's beautiful learning on the way. But as long as you have the right people in your ear to help you get to that point, a lot of us,
ask for help. I think a lot of people think asking for help means a sign of weakness or something sometimes, and I'm just like, it's okay
or
to
somebody to bite off my stuff, or do this. You just really got to trust God and ask God for wisdom. That's the best thing I could have ever prayed for, is asking God for wisdom and discernment. Now it's not always pretty when you do see things for what they really are. True. But if you're going to be in this position like we're in, as far as business owners, you have to. That's the most important prayer that you could ever pray. If that's yeah, or meditate on, as far as who sending people, good people around you, making sure that you're able to identify, what they're here for in your life. And so that way you'll know how to ask for help, when to ask for help, and so forth. So it's man, it's so much. So much that we go through that we don't really think about until we're actually talking about it with you. And now I'm sitting here talking about it, I'm like, God, it's a lot of moving parts to be
a
involved.
lot of people just see, you just see the finished product. So without seeing,
right, you see the finished product, you see, celebrations and so forth, but it's like behind the scenes, man, it's tough. It's definitely tough, but it's rewarding. But like now that I'm thinking about it, it's like, wow, thank you, God, for carrying me through.
A lot of time. I put in a lot of work to get this stuff done. I be putting in a lot of work. And my brother he figured that out, but now he's doing it now because my brother is an artist, and charging people painting prices, it's like he used to charge them a certain amount, but he was like, man, I barely made enough back.
Break even.
Yeah, break even. I made an extra this over, but now he's like, man, I just got to price it, and if they buy it, they buy it. If they don't, I can't compromise all the time.
You can't. Yeah. And feel that they will come. And sad to say, it's not sad. When you treat yourself and you know that your business is top tier, that you know that you have the quality that people are looking for, you can raise the price. And a lot of people may not understand that. A lot of people may think that you this, that, and the third, but you can't be consumed about what your friends and your family are going to say about your prices for your business that you have a 2, 5, 10-year plan for.
Strangers support you better. They do. They do.
And it's not so much that it's strangers. They always been your target. I can't service my mama every day for a logo. Right. She don't need it.
Exactly.
I can't service my sister, my brother, or my best friend for these particular services because they don't need it. And I don't expect them to always announce my name every time somebody say they need X, Y, and Z. I don't expect that. And I don't get hurt by that neither. But the thing is, it's my job to market my business in a manner that I think is feasible for me to grow. Exactly. And there's no hardship or no hard feelings if my friend didn't share this or my folks. It's not their job to. It's my job to run this train.
I'm my brand. I'm my own brand.
I'm my brand. So it's up for me to pay for those ads, to get it across Instagram, to get across TikTok or whatever.
Facebook advertisement, all that stuff is
It's my job to do that and to put on. My thing is, if I go in with the right attitude, as far as where I see my business is, and I make that my focus, I ain't got time to be worried about who like what, who share what, who comment. I get so tired of people talking about these folks don't do this, these folks don't do that. They ain't supposed to. They not supposed to. When I set my goal and my mindset to say I want to reach people outside of Memphis, I want God ordained relationships with business owners who want to build their business. Yes. And I figured out what I need to do that. I put on my first ad for Instagram the top of the year. And I reached clients in New York, and Florida, and Texas. And baby, I was excited.
Oh, of course. Oh, yes.
And it was like, I didn't realize, I said, whatever my price is, my quote is for that particular project, they pay. And I ain't complaining.
Because they just see it from outside looking in. They was like, oh, they charging this? Because it could be somebody else. To you, your price means, oh, I'm making real money. To them, they'd be like, oh, I'm making a deal. Because some people,
But it just depends on the culture of the market that you're in, because everybody out of state says this is too low.
Exactly. They like, you only charging this? They charging this.
I expected to pay X, Y, and Z, and it made me think, oh crap, I need to do my research. What am I doing wrong? What am I providing
here? Yeah, it helps me, because what I'm charging for you to pay here, it allows me to live like this. In your place, I might break even charging that price. I probably break even.
Right. So, and I do, and I scale my business respectfully the way it should to make accommodations when it's needed. I don't make it often, but I've learned to set standards. Like that's one thing being a business owner has taught me on a professional level and a personal level,
right.
as far as how to set standards, how to set morals and boundaries together, and stand firm on what I want. And I do it respectfully, and I send out what I need to send out. And if I don't fit your budget, I just don't fit your budget. But like I said, I do everything with respect, with honor, with dignity, because with humility. Because I know who gave me this business. I know who my coaches are, so I'm representing them as well. Right. And I know the people who believe in me. So I want to represent everybody well, and that's a lot of pressure, but at the same time, it holds me accountable. Yeah. At the same time, to give quality work, but don't settle for less.
Yeah, you're not gonna please everybody, and that's okay.
And that's okay. That is okay. You will be blessed knowing you can please everybody. You're not. If somebody
starting out, you think you can. Starting out, you think you can. You think you can.
Yeah, you do.
But then you realize very quickly, okay, no.
Nah, it's stressful trying to please everybody, and I'm not made for everybody, and I'm not equipped to handle everybody, and that is okay. It's somebody for everybody.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My daily thing is enough sun for everybody to get some shine on.
Always. What's some of your favorite projects you have done?
Some of my favorite and that's the reason why I changed the process of my business. As far as, like I said, I do in-depth consultations with my clients when they book with me for any service. And because my best projects are those who I've studied. I like to stalk my clients. And it probably sounds weird, but when you book with me, I'm looking at your Facebook page. I'm looking at trying to figure out your personality.
Small instances that I could add to your page that you wouldn't even notice.
What's funny, I've heard so many times from clients, they're like, how did you know that this is what I like? Don't worry about it.
I do my research.
I've always kind of like knew I had this special sixth sense where I can look at somebody and see things that they can't, and know exactly what they need without having them have a conversation with me. I've always felt like I've had that special power or whatever. And so one of my favorite projects to date is a good friend of mine. Her business is Swank Studio. She's an event stylist, and the way I just did her design and I did her website, and I sat back. I was like, "Ooh, you really did that, girl."
Yeah, look at it. He was like, "Hey, you put your foot in this one. You put your foot in this one."
That, and then for my church support, to see my church, a couple of designs that I've created for our t-shirts, for our state play that was sold out. Love is a Crazy Game. I did the graphics for that. Just seeing those type of things, or being in a room with somebody and they don't know that I did that billboard. It just feels good.
A little slight flex right there. Yeah. Like, they don't know who it is, but you in your head like, I'm a little flexing over here. A little slight flex.
And it makes me cry though, because I'm a big baby, because I love this just to see your vision come to life. It's thrilling, like to be driving and see somebody's flyer, or like I said, a billboard, or a signage for their business on their door, on the street, and you be like, wow, God is something else. So yeah, I have a few of my favorite designs, but for the most part, all of them are a favorite of mine, because when I think about what I was doing, when I created it to see it come to life, it just it's different.
And having that vision, and then you putting it out there, and then having other people appreciate your vision as well.
Yeah, because I'm a stickler to look for, like, once I send them their drafts, I'm looking for that wow factor. I'm looking for them to be highly satisfied with their investment.
Exactly.
And if they're not, then I'm trying to figure out what's wrong.
Right. Just let me know what's wrong. Oh, I kind of want to. Okay, cool.
Get it right. gotta get it right. And there have been some times where I've gotten it wrong, where we just wasn't great partners as far as trying to figure out the best look for their brand. So I've had a few of those where we just, we had to cease business because we just could not figure out the best look for that
There's
particular
nothing wrong
brand. And
with it. There's nothing wrong
it
with it.
used to the first couple times it happened, but then I had to talk about it. I was like, we just wasn't a great fit, and it's okay. Like when I try on shoes that I think maybe okay for me to wear, and then I put them on and the arch too high, we just don't fit.
Yeah.
So,
Make adjustments.
so
Make adjustments.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Man, I can't believe, like I said, some of the things like I said, you would think it would be a perfect fit, but everybody, we have disagreements. Everybody has disagreements sometimes. I kind of wanted this, you kind of went this way. It's okay. It's okay to be like, okay, let's start over on something else or go on to the next. It's okay.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everything is trial and error. Every design is trial and error. But for the, like I said, I don't have those often where it just did not work and we couldn't come up with a design for their business or their brand. But if it does, it doesn't affect me so bad where, dang, could have done this, could have done that. Sometimes it just doesn't download the way it needs to for me to be able to execute whatever they're thinking of. So, but yeah, it's all good. It's all love, and we keep it moving.
Yeah, right. And shout out to if anybody in here that's watching this is from Memphis, she resigns in Memphis. She went to Kingsbury. I said I wasn't gonna talk about that, but it is what it is. She went to Kingsbury. But I got a lot of friends I got a lot of friends that's from North Memphis. So trust me, I ain't disrespecting North Memphis because I ain't finna have y'all comment on this video talking about North Memphis. You know what? I'm gonna put this. This is gonna be the clip I put out when I drop the video. I'm gonna put this clip out. So all Memphis, you want to come here, I understand. It's South Memphis over here, and even though I went with there, it's cool.
But, you made me think about something when I'll never forget when I messed up with a group of my friends, my freshman year in college, and they're from Nashville, and because we stayed in the same dorm. Ooh. And we went to a club. At that time it was what was it, level 2.
Level 2.
And we went to level 2. And so of course everybody, for some reason everybody thought I was just quiet, whatever. Yo guy came on, baby. I was speaking that thing so hard. It was like, who are you?
I was like, oh, y'all don't know who this man is. Y'all don't know who this man is.
Got it, Gucci. Yeah. Boosted out. They saw a whole other side of me that night, and that was funny. It was funny.
Tennessee's broken up into 3 states. You got West Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee. All 3 of them different.
I can tell you.
And Memphis is own state.
Right. Like that men going around, hey, my name is Memphis, and this is Tennessee.
This is Tennessee, yes. Memphis is its own state. Tennessee is over there.
My what?
That's what we do. But yeah, you hear anybody, you got Memphis, play your guy. Play That's What's Up in anybody club and see any Memphis person act a fool. Play it.
Play a fly? Nobody needs nobody?
Nobody? Play that. Play Gorilla Pimp by Project Pat and see who ain't gonna be out there rapping.
Man, I forgot how this made me feel.
Right. You think we ain't finna act a fool? Please.
What?
That's the easiest thing to do. But it's like, what's the farthest you helped a person? I know you said New York and places like that. What's some places that you hear of? You was like, wow, they in Montana or Idaho or Washington. They know about this.
New York really kind of took me by surprise. Mm-hmm. But I've had to date New York, Louisiana, Texas, Cali, Florida, mm-hmm. and of course, the surrounding area, Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi,
Kentucky, all places right around here. Yeah,
I've had those. But it like I said, those paying for those ads really do work when you target your audience right. Mm-hmm. Facebook algorithms are a little tricky nowadays because it's always changing. But Instagram is pretty much consistent for the most part. But it is a game. It's like playing Russian roulette. You have to know when to post, how often to post, and when you do pay for those ads, setting the right target audience for who you're trying to cater to. So a lot of times, especially talking to brands and businesses now, and I'm thinking about adding this as a service. I'm not sure as far as business formation or business coach, because a lot of businesses starting off, they don't know who their target audience is. Like, who are you trying to reach? What kind of services do you want to provide? What kind of products do you want to provide? What is your prices? A lot of businesses don't know that when they come to me, they just have an idea. So I have to kind of, in a small segment, kind of help them realize, where's your end goal? Is this something to do? Do you plan on doing this for a year, 2, 5? And because I'm letting you know, working with me is going to be an investment. Right. So you have to have these particular factors in place in order for it to work. And so when you understand your target audience, when you purchase these ads, you'll know what age range you need to cater to. Exactly. How far or how much weight can you take as far as getting people from different states and on the other side of the country. So knowing what your business is, like, for instance, mostly online stores, you have a large bracket that you can cater to, because you can really literally ship from anywhere.
Yeah, that's not the issue.
But if you are a service-based business, say for instance, event planner, you can't really always hop on a plane to service somebody in Montana if you're in Tennessee. Right. So that's why you need to know your target audience when you do those ads, because you don't want to put out an ad saying that you offer these services and these styling services, but then turn around, you get all these inquiries from Alaska and Texas and Mexico, and you're like, it's great that my ad being reached that far, but you can't service them because you can't. It's going to cost too much for you to be able to provide services for them, to the travel expenses, all that. So so it's just very important to know who you're trying to target when you purchase those ads. But purchasing those ads really do work, especially from, like I said, from my line of business, me being able to work within my office from my computers to do a web design, logo design. That's nothing. After we have our onboarding call and I send you the information that's needed, it's nothing for me to do that stuff far away. So I know I can't say that I want to reach all 50 states. I know I say I want to reach people who are 18 to 65. I can say that I want to reach men, women, fashion industry, styling industry, service, small businesses. I can open that bracket up, and the more I open it up, the more inquiries I can get, the more views I can get to my page. Right. And so if that person does not need my services, then they'll say, well, hey, I just saw so-and-so, ad. How about you look her up? And that's sometimes how it happens too. A lot of my business that I know for a fact,
word of mouth.
No one can say that I don't have great customer service, because 80% of my business is run off of referrals.
Yeah, I was like, word of mouth. Word of mouth is
word of mouth. 80% of my business is run off of referrals. A lot of the times I can take minimal breaks as far as advertising online, and the business still flow because of word of mouth, referrals, or they saw my ad, they identify with who I am as a person and say, go reach out to her. Right. Some things I tell business owners as well, like, sometimes you don't always have to be strategic. You don't always have to post just about your particular business or service. You can just show them your personality, who you are as a person. Do you like to post a little funny here and there? Are you, do you want to talk about God? Do you want to talk about love, relationships? I talk about all that every now and then on my page. And sometimes, most of the time, I say that my superpower is transparency. I love sharing a story about something that I've experienced, and because I know somebody else needs to hear it. I know somebody, because I needed to hear it at that time when I was at my lowest. Yes. So when I share those moments, 50% of the time, somebody was like, I remember you when you did this post 2 years ago. Now I want to do work with you. Wow. You never know. It's just how it moves. It's just how things just happen. So
hey, you gotta be flexible. You gotta be flexible. You gotta be well-rounded.
And just know that it's not. It's so many, like I said, so many different facets as far as running a business, and a successful business. And I don't say successful because it's a cap on when we use success too much. And I'm going to just say a thriving. When you run a thriving business, there's different facets as far as how that can be accomplished just by who you are as a person and who you are as a business owner and what services you provide the people need.
It's not one universal template that
No, it's not.
Everybody can follow. No, it's not. It's just not.
It just works. You gotta create my tagline for my business is creating your own lane. I created my own lane, Hudson Avenue.
Right. Hudson Avenue, really. Like you might know what the Hudson River, Hudson Avenue right there. But it's like it's all together. It's all together.
All work together.
All work together.
And bring back to word. All things work together for those who love the Lord. So
yes.
Yeah.
You gotta know what you're doing. But in order to know what you're doing, like I said, you gotta take some wins, you take some losses, but you learn. It's okay to learn from a loss. Learn from a loss. Oh yeah. I put that in there. Learn from a loss. It's okay.
You learn from a loss. You do learn from a loss. Like people are scared to take chances and take risks. You don't take it as, like you said, a loss. Take it as a learning experience.
Right.
Take it as an opportunity for you to know that, okay, that didn't work, but let me try something else that's different. You got to be okay with doing that. That's just a part of the game. And I haven't always known that this is where I was going to be here at 33 years old. I haven't always known that. It took a lot of crying and asking God, like, what's my purpose and what am I designed to do? It took a lot for me to get here. But my prayer has always been the same: God, allow me to be a beacon of light so others may see you in me. That's been my prayer ever since I was old enough to know how to pray.
Right.
And it took me to getting here to understand that God heard me, for one, and then everything is beautiful in his timing. So a lot of people get frustrated when things don't move when you want them to move. And I used to be one of those people, man, like, God, everybody doing something. Like everybody know what they're destined for but me. Why? But I had to go through a process. I had to see things differently. I had to experience life differently. I had to go through adversities and so forth, so that way people can identify with what I've been through, because they're now going through it too. So now I can show you, or at least tell you, you're not by yourself, baby girl. You're not by yourself, man. I understand exactly what you're going through, and I'm gonna show you how to get through it, but you've got to trust the process. It's a process. It's a process. It's a process. And if you believe God, just stick. Just know that He's gonna take care of you. But things have to be in His timing. And I can't thank God enough for me being at this space, because if I hadn't been in this space 10 years ago, I would have ruined it.
Just don't know as much as you know now. It's just that experience helps a lot of this. Experience helps a lot of things out, because a lot of times, and I will agree, most of the time when we growing up, a lot of people believe they know what they're doing. They know everything. We know everything, especially when we get to that 13, 14-year-old age. We think we know everything in the world. And then you learn very quickly. Once you hit 18, 19, you learn very quickly how quick life will smack you. And don't care.
Flip you upside down all the way around. Run you over. Like I joke all the time, like, God scared my knee when I was let go from my job. I didn't know. I was like, man, what?
Yes.
Benefit my bi-weekly income. Like, what you got for me? And now man, God is good.
Right, hey, you work your job till you fund your dream. You work your job till it funds your dream. And then when you can make your dream fund your life, going back to that clocking in, clocking out.
Or being afraid. Like it's so many moms, whether you're single, married, or whatever, it's stressful to us, because when we have children, you don't want that intense anxiety to have to explain to your boss that I got to step out because the school call and I have to pick up my child, or my child is sick, or any of that. Like, I had to deal with that, and it wasn't no. I'm not saying this in a hateful way towards any of my managers or other than nature, but it's tough when you feel like you have to compete for your spot, or to compete to keep your spot, but you also have other things that you need to do and take care of to make, to make sure your family's taken care of. So
Exactly.
I'm glad I'm not in that position anymore. And I know everybody is not built for entrepreneurship and being a business owner, but I do want to create more atmospheres where we are flexible with people who have families, whether you're a man or a woman.
Right.
If we need our families, so
Mhm.
we need. So I feel like, in a sense, I know COVID has been detrimental for all of us. Me and all my children tested positive for COVID a couple weeks ago. It was rough, really, really rough. So I don't wish it on nobody.
Me either.
But I do
Yeah.
feel like COVID has really showed us that the things that corporations said that could not be done is being done. We're able to work from home, take care of our family, and so forth, and put ourselves in a position where we're trying to have a healthy lifestyle when it comes to family. And not only for those, even for you, I'm not sure if you have children or a wife or anything, but if you're just single, you still need that time away. Your mental health is necessary. You shouldn't have to work yourself to the bone just to possibly maybe get to a higher position.
Right.
Or always have to make yourself available to make you seem like the ideal
Candidate.
team player in order
Yeah,
to
ideal
reach
candidate for the position. He's always on time. He never calls in to work. They never do nothing like that. It's like, man, life don't work like that.
No, it don't, and we need to give each other more grace. But like I said, that's a whole other segment. But we do need to work together as a community just to be able to create that type of atmosphere where we're not stressed out about the things that we have to do if we are working in corporate, or if we are working for someone else, that we have to work ourselves over just to be the ideal client for a particular position and so forth. So I don't,
It's hard just to get a foot in the door, not necessarily even get the job, just to get the foot in the door.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, all of that takes too much. Sometimes it's worth it, but sometimes you also like, man, my mental health is worth more than any of this. And I think I agree, and I like seeing that more now. More people are open to the mental health. More people are talking about it, because we probably, a lot of our parents and grandparents, they have a lot of mental, because working in those factories and warehouses and stuff like that for 25, 30 years, just so I can support my family, that does a lot of detriment to them. So now, where our mindset is, I can put up with it for a certain amount of time, but I have no problem quitting this job. I have no problem leaving this job. I just need to set myself up just in case I want to, I can. But yeah, mental health, we taking that way more serious, and the discussion is out there more than what it used to be, because it was a sign of weakness. It was a sign of weakness first.
As we should. I dealt with postpartum depression heavily after I had my daughter, but when I did research on it, all I saw was white women, and the very few Black women that discussed it. We were hit on with, how our culture is, how whatever goes on in this house stays in the house. You're not, you lay down and made the baby, so you got to take care of it. That type of mentality. Whereas with the other races, you had an actual terminology for what we were experiencing, because not all moms have these rainbows and unicorns moment when they birth their child.
Right.
Some things sometimes happen a little differently,
It's
where
like
we're trying to
in a lot of people.
And so so when I dived into that and understanding what that was, and that I was okay, I realized I did kind of branched out and created a mom group where moms understood, you're not alone, you're not crazy, you don't have to listen to your great grandmom telling you that you got to do X, Y, Z. Your body is going through some things. Your hormones are changing. For 9 months you've carried another being inside your womb, and you had to share and had to it's a lot that women go through with our bodies mentally, that we don't seem to understand, and a lot of people don't understand because they're not in our shoes. But I had to find a way to be an advocate for Black moms, so they'll know the way you feel it, it's okay, and there's a terminology for it, and there's help for it.
Right.
So grateful for those who are in our community who are shedding more light on mental health with women, children. Because it needs to be talked about. We don't talk about it enough. And so those who do shame those who are now being open and vocal about how they're feeling, They just don't understand that these are bottled up emotions that we've always had. And now that we see the freedom in being able to express ourselves, it should be received and accepted a little bit more, and which it is. It's just that we need to continue to keep doing so for the sake of everybody.
Right. And if anybody is a Madea fan, if you watch Medea's Big Happy Family, right at the end, when she was like, your mama wanted to keep this secret, but keeping this secret, like I said, what goes on in this house stays, it's like that causes more hurt than good.
More hurt.
You got to put it out there. And then when she broke it down to everybody looking like, well, she kind of
You're right.
lying. She ain't lying. Right.
Right. And it's a process. It's a process. It's definitely a process to get other people to be on board about being able to talk about what's wrong, because everybody's not going to be able to receive it. You may get some negative feedback from it, but it's like I said, everything's a process these days as far as the shifting of mind and your thinking. My pastor always talks about how we can find a negative thought anywhere. We can go on Facebook and find anything that's negative, the TV, anything, but it takes us 10 times harder to search for what's good.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to, it's work. You have to understand it's work to do anything that's of good nature. Anything that is healthy for you, it's going to take work. You have to exercise those muscles, exercise your energy, your level of thinking to know that this is something that you need that's healthy for you in order for you to flourish and for you to grow. And when we understand that concept, we won't feel so much resistance when it's like, man, I said I want to do this, but now I'm getting hit everywhere, every direction. That's just life.
Yeah.
Things happen like a boomerang effect. If you're gonna constantly put out all this type of negative energy, negative talk,
it's gonna come back to you.
It's gonna come back.
Yes.
And then when you try to go against what you've already put in the atmosphere that you've been doing for so long, you're gonna get hit twice as hard to kind of test you to see if this is really the change that you say that you want.
You're right. Adversity happens.
And it happens that way, but it's like everything is like I don't want to look at life as a game, but look at it as a weight. Once you pick up a weight, you're gonna say, oh, it's heavy, until the point where you say, oh, this is not heavy no more. Let me go up. I can go some more. Mm-hmm. And the more you go up some more, the heavier the weight is, but then you're building your muscle so you be able to withstand anything that be put in your hands. Mm-hmm. Anything you be able to withstand it. So it's like you have to just go with the process of understanding that. I don't really know how to explain it. It's just we have to. It is work. It's just work to put yourself in a positive mindset, in a positive atmosphere, positive. It's work, and I have been doing this for 8 years as far as changing the trajectory of my thoughts to believing I can do things that I once thought that was never possible for me.
Manifesting it all.
Manifesting. And it's in the Bible. I know a lot of people talk about manifestation so much, but you're not praying. It's all the same.
Yes.
It's all the same.
It's tied into each other. They call sin.
Stop being so deep about it. God, it's all the same. It's all the same. Come on now. Like, Lord Jesus.
If one thing, nothing. Memphis gonna have a church on every corner. We're gonna have a church in every corner. We're gonna get the word, no matter.
And instead of thinking it as a competition that we have so many churches on every corner, think of it as a reminder that God's grace is on this planet, on this city. Yeah, we may see crime on a daily basis. We may see death surrounding all of us. We may see, businesses closing and leaving and coming back, and we may see a lot of what we don't want to see. But you have to change your mind on what you do want to see and focus on elaborating on that. When you focus on elaborating on that, you will start seeing the good in Memphis. Right. It's not always Memphis, it's your mentality. And if you can change your mentality, then you can change what you see. And when you change what you see, you'll start to be able to produce the lifestyle that you want the city to have. Because we can be Nashville, we can be Atlanta, but we got to be able to change our mentality, get outside of trying to always want to be the first one on the marquee to do things, and just work collectively to get to the outcome that we're trying so desperately to get to. But it's a mentality thing. And so when we get more like-minded individuals together to understand, okay, We all got the same mindset. We all got the same goals. How can we do it? Not focus on I, but focus on we. We'll get there 10 times faster.
Yeah.
10 times faster. But you got to like I said, everything is work. And some people do get exhausted by the idea of having to create another organization to be able to do X, Y, and Z. But you still got some of those who are still fighting for the city. And yeah, I'm one of them.
My boy J. Cole said it best. It's beauty in the struggle. It's beauty in the struggle.
It's beauty in the asking.
Yeah, it's beauty in the struggle. So once you figure that out, that a lot of people, if you hear a lot of successful people talk, and you ask them, what was your greatest accomplishment or achievement? He was like, going through those struggle years was some of the greatest things that ever happened. I love the stuff that I'm doing now, but getting to this point, it molded me more.
You appreciate it more.
Yes.
You appreciate it so much more. I haven't lost a family member. I don't know what that feels like as far as death wise, but as far as loss of relationships, friendships, finances, I've been evicted before. I've had a repossession before. I've lost a lot. Right. I lost my mind before. But I wouldn't change a thing about what happened.
Exactly.
Because it molded me in who I am now. The compassion that I have, the grace that I have, the mercy that I have on others. It's built me to know who God is and have Him hidden in my heart. It's built me to be able to see people and to understand. Everything doesn't always have to be physically communicated. I can read your body language. I can pick up on what you need without you having to say it and be able to give it to you by God's grace and God's power. It's I wouldn't change a thing. And those moments where you sit like when your great grandmom Big Mom used to say, when I think things over and when I look back over my life and see what God has brought me through, you appreciate it more.
Way more.
You want to share with everybody who God is, and to tell them where you are right now. You're not gonna always stay there because you looking at them and you see a reflection of yourself because you saw yourself there.
Yeah,
you saw yourself crying and confused and didn't know which way to turn and looking distraught. But when you don't even know when you arrive. It took me, it was one day last month and I was just so full of gratitude. I was just crying and it wasn't sad tears, it was happy tears. I didn't even know that I arrived.
Yeah.
But here I am when I think back over the times where I was crying my eyes out because I didn't have enough to purchase bread for my kids.
Yeah.
And then to think that now when my baby's asking for Chick-fil-A, I can go get it.
Yeah, I understand. Trust me.
Process God has pulled me through, and I won't change enough. But I won't stop talking about Him, and I won't stop sharing about what He can do, and just let people know that just hold on. Like it's a daily battle. Because like I said, like I deal every now and then, you think less of yourself every now and then. I'm not sure if you've ever been in that space.
Yeah.
You don't know if you're really certain about where you are. And sometimes I even think about like, God, can this really grow? Can this business really, do what it's supposed to do?
I have talked with my girlfriend about that before, and I'm like, she's been very helpful in getting me started back up because I was on a good path at first, but then job coming in and I was working a little bit more hours and I wasn't getting you weren't doing your hard work. Yeah, I wasn't getting the help I thought, and I was taking times off. And with restarting, I said I wanted to do this. I wanted to highlight business owners and stuff like that. And she was like, go record, just go do it. And that's been more helpful than she understands. But I really do appreciate that because it is helping me.
Yeah. And it takes having these type of conversations. So what you're doing right now is wonderful. I didn't honestly, like you said, I think your show call is Reminiscing.
I'm just reminiscing. Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
And I think I want to take time to just thank you for this moment, because I didn't know what I was getting myself into by agreeing to do the podcast. but looking at the title alone, it's gonna bless so many people, whether they know it or not. Because I needed this moment to just reminisce on where I was and where I am right now. Sometimes we need those reflections, so it brings us back down to just really being grateful,
right,
and to being thankful for where we are right now. So I thank you for having the courage, and for her pushing you, because you need that. You need the right people in your corner who's going to push you. And so, yeah, I thank you for this, because it was definitely needed. It blessed me more. It's going to bless me more today and this week than you know it. Just to being able just to be here and just be grateful, just to being grateful, and just to reminisce on then versus now. Right. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
I really do appreciate that. That was the whole motto of it when I did my first season and my second season. It was just like highlighting. We tend to try to get to where we want to go so fast and so hard that we don't appreciate. We don't take time to appreciate how life was for us growing up. Like sometimes some of the fun stuff, us playing freeze tag, us going outside playing outside, just going outside and playing, you know, just seeing everything, riding bikes, you know, something that's a lost art, stuff like that. That I was like, y'all remember when
up in the sky and recognizing the clouds, like,
yes,
we take that for granted.
We used to. The only way you used to know if people were outside, you go see where the bikes at. Who house had the bikes? Whoever house had the bikes, the parents, and then all the parents knew each other, so they was like, oh, okay, we know everybody at Jerry's house. Jerry got 4 bikes in front. Everybody at Jerry's house playing the game. That's just what it was. But I feel like since we became adults, we took on the persona of got to get to work, got to make the money, got to pay the bills, got to do all that. That sometimes you lose track of. Man, I used to have really good times. I used to really have just fun. And now adult life became more of a business than fun.
Oh, yeah, Lord have mercy.
So having that is like, I feel like it's my job to have a job. It's my job to take care of, do everything. But then sometimes you just got to sit back and be like, man, I remember when I didn't have to do this when I was a kid. I remember that. The only thing I had to do was put my grades up and do my chores. That was it. Now it's like, you got to do your chores. You got to get the money. You got to get the money and have a place so you can do chores. You got to, it's like, it's just so much.
Yeah, it is. It's so much. But like you said, taking these moments with people and just sharing your heart, sharing your mind, sharing your spirit, your space. It brings back things. It brings you back to, bring you back to earth. Because sometimes we get lost. Like you said, we so always on the go, trying to get this done, take care of this, take care of that. And sometimes you just need these moments, and we need them more frequently than we know.
Yeah. Shout out to Goofy. You get lost in the sauce. You get lost in the sauce. Right. What's that? You get lost in the sauce. Hey, sometimes you do. Sometimes you just get lost, and you just like, bruh. You just need to get, but like you said, it also comes back to the people you have in your corner. Sometimes you need somebody to knock you side the head and be like, bro, all right, come back. You going over there a little bit too far. Come back. Right. And then, but some people, if they see the potential that you have and they see where you're going, they just want to keep on saying, nah, man, you're doing right, you're doing good and doing good like that. But then those people are the ones that ain't gonna be there when stuff hit the fan. But then you got those 1 or 2 people that's over there that's like, nah, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you need to do this. Those are the ones that you need to keep around no matter what. And trying to figure that out between people, because people's agendas change and you don't even know it. And then you just looking like, and I thought they was like this, but they actually like this. Yeah, and
praying for discernment and good wise wisdom. is has definitely been an asset to me as far as just figuring it out. And then also just name me. Sometimes it's like a slap in the face. Like you used to do this, you know that, right?
Mm-hmm. That,
You used to talk like this. You used to be real bad.
telling people that, and people look at you so mean and crazy. They was like, "What you talking?" I was like, "Don't act like we don't know. We got the receipts. Trust me, we got the receipts. We all remember you was up something, do something for 2 something. We all remember that. Trust me, we all know.
We rolled in the mud together, but
We rolled in the mud together. 2:00 in the morning, go to sleep, and went to church the next morning. Trust me, we all did it.
Never act like I've never been that person, but I will say I don't live there no more.
Exactly.
So
it's okay to evolve.
It's okay to evolve,
but don't forget what you evolved from.
Right. I'm definitely where I evolved from, but some people, and that's a tricky thing when it comes to when you're in a birthing season, when you are moving or elevating, people are trying to keep you where you like. I remember when you used to do X, Y, and Z. I remember you used to talk like that. I remember where you came from. Don't act like this. No.
I did all of that.
But I want people to understand that you're not a product of your environment. At that time, that was my mentality. I didn't know no better, or I probably did do better. But right now, that's not where I am right now in life. People change. I have the authority and authorization to change my mind at any given time.
Exactly. And just because you change doesn't mean you don't remember. Just because you change doesn't mean you don't remember. Now, once you change and then you see and you start talking bad or doing other things like that, then I got to bring you back down to earth.
Nah, I'm still working on it. I'm still.
I'm not to bring you down to earth too much.
Every now and then you want to kind of speak for yourself. You want to feed yourself. You want to give people a piece of your mind. My first lady just said yesterday, instead of trying to fight those battles of hearsay and all that, just focus on doing good. So that way, anytime somebody tries to attack your character, it don't make you look bad. It makes them look bad.
Always.
Because everybody knows everybody got a past. Everybody does something they weren't proud of. Everybody did, whatever. But if you focus on doing right by all men and doing your part to do good and to be faithful, whatever character that you're trying to build.
Right.
When they speak negative on you, people are gonna be looking at you like, well, you don't get on with that.
Right. Because you was like,
so yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. Like you said, you want to give people a piece of your mind every now and then. Be like, hey, bro, you messed up.
Chill. You doing a little too much right now.
You know where I'm from, Yeah. We can go there if we want to.
Go there.
But no, but you gotta think about yourself, how far you've grown.
Yeah.
You gotta think about the investments you made yourself, the things that are attached to you. It's a lot of things I can't do no more because of the business that I run.
Right. So you and then
I'm not willing to jeopardize.
Right. And then a lot of times, so you don't want those negative vibes to come back into you anyway. You want positive.
Right. Yeah, because it's a lot to bring me. When you hot and heavy and you mad, that's too much energy being exhausted to something that I can't change. If you're gung ho to think of me in this particular manner, there's nothing I can do to change your mind. Exactly. Nothing. So why exhaust all my energy on trying to change your mind when you're just one person, or maybe even 2 or 3, but I got a whole lot of other folks who think highly of me and see the goodness in me and see God in me. I can't be focused on you, baby. And be like, you mad. I can't argue with you.
That's why I look at the YouTube videos. I'll be like, man, I got you can't get concerned. You got 80 people that liked your video. You can't be concerned about the 6 people that didn't like it, that down. Right. You can't get mad at the 6 people that down clicked it. You got 85 that loved it.
You can't.
Yeah.
Like I said, we live in a world we can't please everybody. Sometimes people are designed just to be that way.
Yes.
And sometimes
it's like a little sprinkle, little salt bay, little sprinkle.
Be that way, just bless them and send them on their way.
Right. They'll get the picture later on. And if they
never do, that's okay.
Right. It's my picture, not yours.
Made for everybody. I am not made for everybody, and it's some things that I don't like, and it's okay.
What? You have not lied. It's just now we're a little bit more professional with it because Memphis, we're gonna tell you. Oh, we're gonna tell you. We're not gonna sugarcoat. No, we're gonna tell you.
We are the city of checking. You already know that.
Yep. We're gonna tell you, oh, you doing this? Yep. Okay.
Nowadays we just say, okay.
Yep.
Keep it
When you try not to bring that out, and you like, okay, that's interesting, and boom, man, you keep it moving. You not, yeah, because behind closed doors, those words.
Say that pillow talk.
Yeah, say the pillow talk. Yeah, like, yeah, we got to go sleep right quick because that's not gonna work. But yeah, man, this conversation.
I probably got a couple more minutes because I got a couple consultations coming up soon.
I know you good because I was about to finish up anyway. It's but this has been one of the best conversations that I had on my podcast in a very long time. I love all my guests that come on and talk, but the in-depth that we talked about, not only about the business part, but having the faith tied into the business to keep you going, having all that come together. Because at the end of the day, we started with the business, but getting all the areas that you needed in order for your business to flourish, that is a part of the conversation as well. It's not always about the glitz and glamour. You gotta get out there and get in the mud. You gotta get in the mud sometimes and get it through. So this whole conversation tied all that together, and I really do appreciate it. And your business, like I said, the positive manifestation that you've been doing and everything like that, your business is gonna continue to grow, continue to prosper. And people that see this video, graphic design, web design, website, all of that, she has those needs. And all my people that have traveled, left, I mean, they're still in Memphis, but in Tennessee, Nashville, Knoxville, I got friends that's all across the world. You guys, if you need something done, you know where to go because her information will be at the end of this. I'm gonna put her website information in. I'll put Instagram, Facebook, whatever you want me to include at the end of this video, I'm gonna have in. So you guys, it's quality work. You heard her personally say it's quality work. She takes her time. She doesn't overbook herself. So you guys know this is quality information and quality stuff you guys will be getting. So once again, I really want to thank you, April, for coming on and talking with me.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Like I said, this conversation has blessed me more than you know. So I love the title of your show, Reminiscing, because like I said, every now and then we need to remind ourselves where our blessings come from, and so. And just know, like I said, because everyone don't share the same beliefs.
Right.
But those who believe in something that's good, that's positive, that's faithful, that that foundation is what pretty much drives you to your next destination, your next level, your next destiny. So I thank you tremendously for making that having your girlfriend there to help remind you what you was purpose for you to solicit that information on Facebook, and even for my friends who tagged and said, maybe I would be a good fit to be a part of your podcast. I don't take it lightly when anytime my name is called. So I'm grateful that I did connect with you and that I've gained a new friend, a new partner. So whenever you need me, just let me know. But thank you for your heart work, because a lot of people don't operate from their heart anymore, but I could definitely feel it. I could definitely tell that this is a heart thing and it will go far, and I hope you reach everybody who needs to be touched and be able to felt by what you're birthing and giving to others. So thank you for today. Thank you.
I really do appreciate it. I really do. And like I said, I had those times where I was like, man, do I even want to keep doing this? Do I even want to keep doing this? But I was like, you never get to the finish line straight off. So it's a little bump.
And honestly, there is no finish line until God calls us home.
No, you're right. So tortoise in the hair. That's all I remember. Tortoise in the hair. Remember. Fast rise doesn't mean you stay up there. And a slow start doesn't mean you don't finish high. So I figured all that out, and I was like, just continue making the content you want to keep creating, and it'll find the people that it needs to find. It will find the people it needs to find. So
Absolutely.
I,
Absolutely.
I can't, like I said, I can't keep thanking you enough for coming on and talking with me. I really do appreciate it. You're gonna help start off my season 3 of I'm Just Reminiscing, and I really do appreciate it. Once again, for all of the people that are watching this video, this is Miss April with the web design, website design, and everything like that. You can go ahead and tell the people where they can find you at or anything like that if they need more information or just want to follow you, just see how your life is.
Of course. Keep it short and simple. You can go to HudsonAveDesigns.com. From there, you'll see a list of my services. Of course, my social media handles is on there as well. My name is April Hudson. So if my page is pretty public. So if
Just go
you
with
want
it.
to just follow whatever, that's fine. I just every now and then, I just post something funny or spiritual, or I just share my heart as far as things and thoughts that I may have about just life in general. So like I said, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I wish you the absolute best in the remainder of the season. And this is fun. This is fun. I love this.
Same here, same here. And if you got any other business owners that you know that want to, just hop on and talk a little bit, just send them my way. And trust me, if I need somebody to do something, I'm definitely gonna send them your way as well. So it's no problem. I love to do it. Once again, I want to thank you, April. To everybody that's watching the video, this has been another episode of I'm Just Reminiscing. We had Miss April come on today and talk about the web design, website, and everything graphic design that she has been doing for the past 2 years, taking that leap of faith and doing what she found out that is something that she really enjoys doing. So just because you didn't start there don't mean you didn't finish there. So it's okay to take that leap of faith and go do what you want to do, because one thing they always told me, if you do what you want to do, you'll never work a day in your life. That's what I always heard.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Absolutely.
so everybody go ahead and continue doing that. This has been another episode of I'm Just Reminiscing. And I hope to see you guys again next week on another episode of I'm Just Reminiscing. Once again, thank you, April.
Thank you. All right.
You feel me?